Hey,
Cause
yeah. All right,
just
guys.
like start again.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to our to. Hey, guys. Welcome to our new series that we are beginning. It's where we talk. We talk about things that people like. Today, we are talking about animals. People like animals. Nick, what do you think about animals?
Um, Animals are pretty cool. I mean, they're all around us. Got squirrels, monkeys, um, smart monkeys,
You ever had
stupid monkeys.
You ever had any? You ever had any like weird experiences with squirrels? Cause I have. I mean, you go first.
Um, so I remember for some reason, I think it was like some book that I read or something. I thought there's a way to communicate with squirrels by wagging like two fingers at them, and like it seems to work. Like they would respond and they would like walk up to you. I used to do it a lot. I don't know, but um also sometimes I would just like steal nuts and feed them to squirrels. But
Did you take the cap off yourself? Like acorns? Like for acorns?
no, I
Oh,
would like steal nuts from my house and
oh,
just like
oh.
give them to squirrels.
Gotcha. Well, personally, I don't really I don't really like squirrels or like chipmunks or like rabbits or like small like little. I mean, they can be cute, but the thing is, when I'm biking, when I'm out there biking, there's
Hmm.
so many out there that they constantly run onto the bike path, and I'm afraid I'm gonna kill one. I haven't killed one yet, but sometimes there's these things they're brave. Like they sit on the bike path. I'm biking towards them, and they just sit there. They stare me down, thinking I'm gonna stop, and I usually do, but you wouldn't believe it. They just wait. Like they're gonna die. If I mean, do they
Maybe
know about their own mortality?
maybe they like you you accidentally run over one and then they all like are out to get you, you
Like
know?
a vendetta against you?
It's like zombie pigmen, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And but they're like trying to get hit so they have an excuse to all gang up on you.
You think they're
It's
like
like it's
members?
you versus all the squirrels and you're not gonna win, right? There's just too many of them.
That's true. I've never seen squirrels in like packs or anything. Maybe they're in like the bushes or
Yeah.
guerrilla tactics.
I mean they live in like what, like holes in the ground? Or wait, they live in trees or holes in the ground?
I
I
don't
know
know.
chipmunks live in holes. I don't know about the squirrel.
They dig their own holes. Do rabbits live in holes? Do they dig? I mean, I bugs
I
bunny.
thought like rabbits have like little nesting spots, you know, like they like, cause like I've seen baby rabbits in like the same place, or maybe it's just when like they have their young. But like I've seen baby rabbits in the same place like a couple days in a row. So um
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
interesting. Here's a
So what's your favorite animal?
favorite animal. Well,
Yeah.
uh, I adore many animals, but the one I've really grown accustomed to or grown attached to, I'd say, is the capybara. And a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't know about it. It's not. I don't think it's like that well known, but it's the world's biggest rodent, and it's such a chill animal, and I aspire to be like it so much. It's like you know, there's pictures of like capybaras like chilling with like crocodiles, like a bunch of animals, you'd consider dangerous, and they're just lying there, like ready to kiss them on like the lips or something, you know.
Yeah. So do you think like the capybara has a successful evolutionary strategy? I mean, like they are the largest rodent and they don't really have any defense mechanisms. So, what do you think about that?
I'm not really sure how that came to be. But I feel like definitely their brains, developed in a way that was like maybe they release like pheromones that like attract like other animals that like so they don't kill them.
So they've
I
gone like the true pacifist.
Yeah, exactly, the true
Uh,
pacifist route in
yeah,
life. Yeah, and yeah, they just sit there. There's got all these animals on it. There's so many symbiotic relationships that form between capybaras and a bunch of other animals, and it's really I feel like that was the core of its like evolutionary strategy, just to form as many
yeah,
symbiotic relationships so it can survive.
yeah. So my favorite animal is the octopus, right?
Octopus, okay.
Now, the octopus has 8 tentacles. That's a lot of appendages when you think about it.
Yeah, how many do
It's what
squids have?
I think squids have 10.
Oh, okay. I mean,
But the thing about octopi,
yeah,
um, they're invertebrates, right? And
yeah,
when you think of like all the advanced animals, they're all like vertebrates, humans,
dolphins,
capybaras, uh,
dolphins,
dolphins, exactly, pigs, dogs. But one of
dolphins.
the smartest animals is the octopus, and the octopus is an invertebrate, which means it it didn't develop with this like the same nervous system as we did, but it happens to be like smarter than a lot of the other animals, a lot of the vertebrate animals, and they can do really cool stuff. They can fit through, and they're really good problem solvers, and they can fit through any hole that's big enough for their beak to fit through. They can fit through it. So
Oh yeah, I saw it.
I
I
find
saw
that
the
pretty
video.
cool.
So, so here's a question.
Also,
So,
each of their tentacles has a brain of its own.
oh damn.
So,
Okay, well, so here's a hypothetical. So I find it strange how humans were the first like hyper intelligent animals to, like harness their surroundings. We're minding
the
this
first
stuff.
to like really change their environment.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm wondering, you know, if if fish and like if aquatic animals did that first, how would that look like?
Um, See, like if intelligent animal, like really hyper intelligent animals came out of the sea,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think that they could have the same success as we did on land. Like humans, we have like a bunch of trade-offs for our, smarts and stuff.
yeah,
And for example, babies fucking suck. Human babies, they're literally
yeah,
useless.
yeah. That'd be fun.
Sacks of shit that
I mean,
like they can't do anything themselves.
yeah,
That's a product of our intelligence. Our 1v1 skills are really subpar compared
yeah,
to a lot of other animals. We have pretty poor, like we can't really escape from predators that easily. And the advantages we do have, like tools and what really got us started as a species was, I mean, what really started our widespread success on the planet was agriculture, and we could like settle down, and that allowed us to really overcome our challenges. But what can you do under this? Like you can't do that under the sea.
that's true. I
Like
mean,
it's you can't.
there are resources
I
under
mean,
the sea. I mean, you got
it's true.
rocks. You got
I mean, I imagine if they were really intelligent, they probably would find some way. I mean, if I was alive during when we first started, when we were hunter gatherers, I wouldn't have thought to start a farm. But maybe
yeah.
That's maybe the aquatic intelligent people would have a similar idea, but for the sea, whatever that might be.
Yeah, I think it'd definitely be difficult for like, imagine like you have a hyper intelligent like octopus. Like what's he really gonna do? Like, I mean, I feel like the only proper way to get food. I mean, if unless like for non-photosynthetic organisms, you gotta hunt.
Yeah,
Under the sea, you can't farm or anything. You can't do any of the things that are available like on land. It's
octopi are carnivorous, so
yeah, yeah,
right.
and especially under the sea. I mean, like sunlight. You need that. You need sunlight, and like you go deeper. Like how much is it? I don't know. I don't know how many feet it is, but you go like a mile under sea level. It's pitch
Yeah,
black. There's nothing there. You know.
and yeah, that's a really like agriculture gave us a really sustainable food source. And in the ocean, you honestly, I feel like whales really figured it out. Or like the big whales, the baleen,
Yeah, yeah,
that they just like cruise around and let the stuff into the and like the krill and the phytoplankton just end up in their mouths.
yeah,
It's pretty much you can compare that to farming, right? Like farming, you like, or if you look at like modern day farming, you got like the machines going through the fields, cutting the wheat.
yeah,
You could see a whale doing like the exact same thing, except they're just cruising through the ocean, leaving
yeah.
no krill and phytoplankton behind,
Imagine if like
and they grow back just like wheat.
yeah. Imagine if yeah if like imagine if marine organisms found a way to you know farm like phytoplankton and stuff like that.
Plankton.
Plankton, yeah.
Yeah.
But plankton are they have mobility, right? They have like a they can move.
I mean, pretty sure plankton, like at least phytoplankton, just refers to pretty small, really, really small animals, right? So I mean, they're included in this podcast. I mean, like in the
Well,
scope of this podcast.
so are plants. I mean, plant
No, no, but phytoplankton. I mean, photo.
plants are
Wait, wait.
they're living. They're living
Oh,
right
oh,
now.
no, no. I've confused. I forgot. It's zooplankton. Like zooplankton are the animals, right? And
Yeah,
phytoplankton are the photosynthetic. Like zooplankton are like all the tiny animals, and then
okay.
phytoplankton are the tiny photosynthetic. They're like stupid mini plants that then feed the zooplankton, which feed the bigger stuff.
Oh yeah, food chain.
Yeah.
Um, 10% rule. What's your opinion on that? You know how 10%,
Um.
90% of the energy is lost at each step. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's unfair.
It really inhibits some of the top builds. Like,
Exactly.
say you wanna do a bear build, right?
Yeah.
You have to compete with all the other, like the bear, for example, the brown bear, the North
Yeah,
American
like
brown
the
bear, the
the
grizzly.
creme de la creme of North American carnivorous animals, right?
Yeah, they're. I mean, even them, they're omnivores because it's like at the tippity top of the food chain. It's hard to sustain yourself with just meat because there's only so much to go around and it only gives so much energy. And that's really what limits those builds, and only the most successful players can really harness those builds because they need to compete so much for limited resources. So you end up with a very successful um animal not looking as successful as it should.
Yeah. All right.
just looking at
Um,
population.
all right. Let's go away from reality. And what is your favorite fictional or like you know created like fictional or like mythical animal? You know,
Um,
here I can go first. There's this animal called the Wendigo, and it's from I believe it's from it's Canadian folklore. I believe that's where it originates, right?
really?
Yeah, yeah. I actually looked it up. I found it really interesting. Apparently, um, originally, when cannibalism occurs on like in a certain region, the Wendigo is like summoned, kind of, and the Wendigo it
Wow.
feasts upon human flesh, and so it's a very interesting animal to me, and it's like there's been a couple video game depictions, movie depictions, and they're
Uh-huh.
so interesting. It's like some are depicted as like a zombie like long armed thing. Some are depicted like a deer, kind of a deer with like some human features that like claws, like a combination between like a deer and like a leopard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just find it fascinating.
What I've heard about the Wendigo is that some people uh have like in folklore there are these people that hunt the Wendigo in order to consume its testicles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For the taste, or just for the
No,
glory of the?
apparently it's like really powerful or something. Um, just a little fun fact
Yeah, definitely.
about the Wendigo.
I find it amazing how some cultures, or yeah, many cultures, they have sacred animals. They have animals that like certain foods from animals that empower you. I find it very
Yeah.
interesting how that developed. All right, let's bring it back. What is your favorite fictional animal?
Um, honestly, the leprechaun.
Why is that?
I mean, it is. You could say it's like an animal, right? It's not
Yeah, yeah.
really humans. I mean, humans are animals too. It's so
I
let me.
mean, I mean,
I mean, it's, it's not a human, and humans are animals, but it's also like its own thing. It's living. It
yeah, yeah,
moves. Fits the criteria of an animal.
no,
I mean, I'd assume.
yes,
But leprechauns. They originate from Irish folklore,
yeah,
and they they they're known to like be at the end of rainbows
uh-huh,
with pots of gold. So they're pretty rich. It would seem,
hmm,
along with the fact that they find. I mean, personally, I've never been able to find the end of the rainbow, but uh, you know, guess they have a
I
special
actually
act for it.
I actually saw this really cool image. It was a full circle rainbow. I'm not sure if we can pull that up, but I mean, maybe we can edit in later. It was a rainbow
I
like
I
full circle. You know,
I think I've seen one of those before, and I wondered to myself, where's the leprechaun there?
where's the end? Right? It's a circle. There is
Yeah.
no end. It's infinite end. You know,
So maybe that's like lep maybe if leprechaun when leprechauns die, they they get like sucked into the circular rainbows for eternity.
like
They like
purgatory.
can't. Yeah.
So do you think there is alien life out there, or Like somewhere out there, do you think there's different like creatures that fit all the
I
criteria of living? You know?
I think there is a slim to no chance that there is not life outside of Earth. But do I think that we will ever come into contact with any of the life? That's I don't think so.
Me neither. I think it'd be
And I
pretty rare.
also sometimes I wonder, like, there's so much goes into like trying to find alien life, but you know, like outside of our solar system, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, so far.
Like, even if we do detect life like 15 million light years away, chances are they're all extinct because we're looking at the light from 15 million years ago. But, we're also never gonna like meet them and uh like they offer nothing to us.
I find it. I find it a little. It's a little unnerving. It's like imagine out there. There's other life. It's like it's super diverse, super unique. Like there's maybe there might be like thousands of different variations of how life developed and how it or like how well, I mean, obviously if there is living stuff out there, it developed pretty differently. But like imagine that it's like so much potential, so much stuff we could learn, and it's just we'll never ever get to see that. You know,
Yeah,
really reminds us how alone we are in the universe as a whole.
and how insignificant we are. Because, I mean, like, to anyone else in the universe, we're like nothing, you know?
Exactly. Imagine there's aliens out there looking for us.
I mean, if there are any I mean, assuming like aliens could come to Earth, if they could come to Earth, why would they, you know?
Well, why not?
Like, because if they have the technology to come to Earth,
Yeah,
odds are there's 1,000 other cooler like
cooler. I
planets with
I bet
life
they're
to
pretty
go
cool.
to. And we if they can travel the cosmos, like what do we have that they won't, other than resources? But like they can just like they probably have access to unlimited resources if they have, the entirety of
Yeah.
galaxy and beyond their
Imagine
disposal.
if we get visited by an alien one day and they're like lame and they just leave. Imagine that experience. It's like they meet with the president, they meet with Trump, and then they're just like, yeah, I mean, you guys are pretty cool and stuff. I don't know, did, and we're just left dumbfounded.
Or what if like they're like bored teenage aliens and just drive
Yeah,
by and fucking nuke the Earth with some like alien technology that just blows up the Earth instantly?
yeah. Like what would we
And
do?
it's like how or at least it used to happen or happens in some places. Like teenagers will get in like a pickup
Like
truck
like a
and
dumpster
knock
fire?
down like mailboxes as they go around.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh wait, like with like the sticks on the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or with like baseball bats, they'll like be on the bed of
yeah,
a pickup truck and just knock them down as they go.
yeah. We're
It's
just
like the
running
aliens
with
do that.
this.
They hop from planet to planet.
Damn, imagine that, bro. That really make me feel pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. If we're just the mailbox, if we're just like door number two on like this massive street.
They come home to their mother and just like, oh, don't tell me you've been fucking obliterating planets again.
Dude, imagine the aliens come over and they're huge. Imagine that, like they're giants. What if there was an
Or what
Earth?
if they're like dwarves, you know? They're like 2 feet tall,
No, 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 no. Imagine
and
this.
we just make fun of them.
oh, wait a second. Never mind.
What if they're
Imagine,
like leprechauns?
imagine if what if like the way our like the humans developed on Earth, like this, but just like 50 times bigger, as in like the sun's 50 times bigger, like the other Earth is 50 times bigger. That means like the people would be 50 times bigger, right? And like the distance between,
I
right?
don't, I don't think it works like that.
like like everything's just bigger, and then they come over. It's like, damn, these guys are so small. It's like all we see is their feet, you know.
Yeah,
And
I was actually thinking. I was wondering myself at one point, what if like the universe just like got bigger? Like every no no, I mean like everything simultaneously got bigger. Like no one would realize, right? And nothing would really change. Because if everything is bigger, then nothing's bigger because it's all relative.
I'm sure there'd be some upset forces. Honestly, I think I feel like if everything, I mean, if everything got big, I mean, there's literally no way of knowing. I mean, it's like, but that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I mean, what if, what if you just got bigger? Like, what if you just got? Have you watched that video of the world's tallest man? No, wait, no, the world's like fastest growing guy, he was like
No,
6 feet at age 6.
I wouldn't want to be like that.
Yeah, he died in his like 20s, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
A lot of the world's tallest people die prematurely from consequences of being tall.
yeah, gravity's a bitch.
Yeah. You know, the blue whale, I mean, this circling back to animals, the blue
Oh yeah,
whale,
okay.
like it's only able to be that big because it's not on land.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause if it was on land, it would just crush itself. But it's got the ocean. So that's one of the upsides of being in the ocean. You can really get as big as you want.
You know how you know how
I mean, that's not
NASA,
true.
you know how NASA's going, you know how NASA's going to the moon to stay.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
that so they're gonna get taller, right? The people there, and one of like
By like an inch.
yeah, yeah. But what if like a baby's born on the moon, and then like baby has babies, and then like a bunch of generations? How do you think the moon's gravity is gonna change how we live and the climate?
Weren't they gonna like experiment by having a baby born in space? Weren't they? What I thought I heard that they were trying to do that, but or if they did,
That'd be
I
pretty
don't know.
cool. Imagine if you were
Cause
born in space and you know nothing but space. You were born and raised on a moon, believing there's no Earth, and then you're brought down to Earth, and your whole world just comes crashing down. It's like you thought
no,
Earth
not
was
only
a
that,
myth.
you're born on the far side of the moon,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so you can't even see the Earth if you try.
Bro, how are
But
people? How are people gonna sleep on the moon? Isn't it like? No wait, never mind.
the thing about the moon is that each day lasts 28 days. Like each moon day lasts 28 Earth days.
Yeah, yeah. So
And with no atmosphere along with that, I'm pretty sure the temperature on the moon goes between like negative a billion to a
yeah,
lot
dude.
depending on night or day.
What if humans adapted to, to sleep for only so they sleep for 1/3 of a moon day, and then they're awake for the other 2/3, so they're like awake for like 20 days, and then you just sleep for
So they just sleep straight for nine
yeah,
and a third
yeah,
days.
yeah, dude. That's like the logical, this logical adaptation.
Yeah.
I think. You think would you go to the moon to stay?
No.
Yeah, dude. Sounds kind of scary. What if you're like,
And
what if you Twitch stream from the moon?
who's gonna be the first titty streamer on the moon?
Mm, probably one of those NASA guys.
One of
Or
the
guys.
NASA guys. Yeah. Um. So. So. I watched a video about like going to other systems, right? Imagine being the first person to, or like being one of the first people to go to the nearest solar system, right?
Just by yourself.
Because, or with like a group, right?
Yeah.
But you know that it's gonna take like 50 years to get there.
Yeah, dude.
But
That's
you
massive.
don't know that maybe if like during those 50 years when that you're traveling on Earth, like they get a better spaceship and it only takes 10 years to get there. And you'll say that happens 10 years later, you'll get to the moon and there'll already be people there for 30 years. I mean, you get to like the other solar system and you're like, what the fuck? I was supposed to be the first, but then these guys have been here for 30 years. And then,
I don't think we just send someone out if like we were on the verge of like that like 10 years. I mean like you know.
no, but it takes like 10 years, you know? And then
Yeah.
wave two arrives before wave one. And then that kind of sucked. You know,
Yeah.
you wasted 50 years. Or you wasted 40 years.
Remember that you watch have you watched Interstellar?
No, I haven't.
So basically they like go through the wormhole and apparently like time goes faster on Earth than like where they went, right? And it's like this little
Yeah.
maneuver is gonna cost us 7 years, right? And so like the big thing in the movie is
Because
like
the faster you go, the slower time is relative to the rest of the people.
yeah, I yeah, I mean I something like that. And yeah, it's like a thing in the movies that it's sad because his daughter is like 90 years old when he's like 40 when he comes back. You know?
Yeah. It's like, wait. Didn't that happen with, wait, never mind, I'm
I forget
forgetting.
the actor. I think it was the Night at the Museum guy. You ever seen Night at the Museum?
Oh, yeah, I have.
No, maybe. I forget. Good movie. You should watch it.
Who's the main character again?
Of Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it's like I forget his name.
No, I mean, like, I've watched the movie,
I don't know. All right.
but,
Yeah. Well, I think that'll do
so
it.
what's your,
Oh,
okay. Yeah. I
oh,
was just
you
circling back
you
to
want to wrap
Earth,
this up,
right?
or you wanna? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
One last question. Last
So,
question.
final question.
Yeah.
Where, least favorite animal?
Oh, least favorite animal. Oh, I don't know, man. There's a lot of shitty ones out there, you know. I think. Do you have something in mind? You want to answer this first, cause I need some time to think.
Yeah, yeah. The panda.
Uh, yeah.
So, like, they, they're so, like, actually, no, it's not the panda, it's the koala. Similar reasons, but just, like, worse than the panda,
Mhm.
right? These fuckers, the koala bear,
Yeah.
they, okay, first of all, they've, like, specifically adapted to eat the eucalyptus leaf which basically has next to no nutritional value, and that's the only thing they can eat. So they have to spend like their entire day eating, and if they like that, they need to do that to have like the energy to stay alive. And sometimes the energy that they get from the eucalyptus is not enough to digest the eucalyptus, and they fucking die. Like really? Are you that useless? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Um, not only that, the main they just like fall out of the tree. But the
Okay.
the one other thing that they spend any energy on is reproducing, right?
Okay.
But um, they that's like the only time they ever you know like move at all, and that's the only time is to rape
Oh, jeez.
because yeah, that's how koalas do it.
Huh. Well,
Because it's not they don't understand that it's not okay. But yeah,
I,
also they're
yeah.
they're not as cute as people say they are.
Yeah, dude, I saw the Australian like the fires at the start of the year.
Uh huh.
It's just they were like, we gotta save the koalas, dude. Like, we gotta save the koalas, dude. I mean, everyone's like, gotta. They
I
really
saw
want.
posts about how they're like functionally extinct or something. And I'm pretty sure that was just false. I was hoping that they'd be extinct,
What
you
is
know.
what is functionally? Oh, I thought he meant like functionally as in like the way they live their lives, like functionally.
No, as in like there's not enough of them to like sustain the next generation, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, oh,
Pretty sure I looked it up and it was just like wrong though.
oh, oh.
But I was sad when I saw that it was incorrect because I was really hoping that they'd stop plaguing the earth.
Well, I think my least favorite animal has got to be the parasitic bugs, or I mean, yeah, like
Like
not yeah,
mosquitoes
yeah, like
and
mosquitoes,
ticks.
yeah, like those things. Like,
Hmm.
God, they're such like you have you ever been to like a European country and like you're in like one of those crappy hotels where like the windows it's like super hot and you have the windows open but the windows don't have like the protective like
Oh
metallic
yeah,
covers aren't and like you just hear a mosquito like buzzing around your ears like like that
when you're trying to sleep,
yeah
and then there's like just one bug in general.
and the mosquito bites like they itch it's hell
Yeah,
it's so bad and like they evolve so that like it doesn't hurt right they inject
yeah,
like a what's it called like an anesthetic or something
yeah, and an anticoagulant,
yeah yeah and it's like that's
and
like
that's what causes the reaction.
exactly that's just that is fucked up bro they they are made to fuck with you so they can survive
You know, some people like don't get reactions to mosquito bites,
dude I wish I was one of those is that a good or a bad thing or
and
it's a
it's a
good
good thing.
okay yeah
Yeah,
it's like I mean yeah a lot of the times like things that sound good can be bad
and they spread disease like no other.
exactly I find it kind of crazy how like animals they pop right out of the womb and they know what to do you know
Yeah,
I mean not babies but like you got like snakes right
yeah.
they, they learn quickly
Or like, imagine being a caterpillar, right?
yeah
And like you like eat a bunch, and then for some reason, like, do you even know why you're doing this? Like, you just
yeah
like
I don't know
curl up into this like thing and then wrap yourself up. Do you even know what's going on?
It's like you gotta.
And then you wake up and suddenly you can fly and you have wings and shit.
Yeah, it's like it's like you know how it's like all those like memes where it's like you're walking through like Home Depot and there's a bag of dirt. You just gotta like slap it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like some like a chemical like a
Or
chemical change
imagine
that
if like
occurs. You got it.
you had this like I have to, but
Yeah.
it's like crawl inside the bag of dirt and seal it in front of you and just nap for like a month. And then you come out and you're you have wings
Yeah.
and you're all colorful
You gotta. You
and
gotta.
you're like, well, what the fuck did I do?
You think moths get jealous of butterflies?
Do they even like sea butterflies? Thought they like
Oh wait, are they blind?
no, I was just like they probably just tunnel vision anything that like bright, right? And I mean
Maybe.
probably don't really care about the butterflies because they're not bright, you know? You know, the whole
Yeah,
lamp.
can be.
That's a really dumb meme, by the way. The whole lamp thing. That
Oh
was really
yeah,
annoying.
yeah. I mean, that one's old. Um, yeah, dude, but like imagine. Well, some butterflies are bright. Like there's like Amazonian ones that have like crazy colors.
Yeah, but imagine I bet they're really jealous of fireflies.
Oh yeah, I bet they look at the firefly and think like, God,
Or do you think that like the fireflies probably think all the moths are like really creepy?
yeah.
The
Imagine,
moths are just like
imagine if like
flying around and watching the fireflies.
the whole ecosystem was like there's different vibes like for like every animal. It's like they think like there's the moths are creepy. Fireflies and like you got like capybaras and they're these little bugs that eat like they drink their sweat or something. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think that's gonna wrap it up for uh for this one. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Later.